Hey everyone, welcome back. Alright, so today I want to talk to you about the volume of spheres. Okay, so the volume of a sphere is a nice easy formula. So once again, when you're dealing with formulas, I find the three easy steps to be able to solve these problems really make the problems simplistic. Alright, so step one, write the formula. Step two, make sure to plug in the appropriate numbers that the formula is asking for. And step three, use your arithmetic to be able to get your answer. So here's a sphere, basically a ball, or a globe. And here's our formula. The formula for a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, so now I know my formula. Notice, all I need to know is, since pi is always 3.1415926, etc., 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 I only need to plug in one number in order to find my volume, and that's my radius. So since they gave me the radius of 5, that's all I have to plug in. Now 5 cubed is 125, and if I want to, I can multiply by 4 first and then divide by 3, or I could simplify this, divide by 3, and then multiply by 4. And I get my answer. If I were you, I would definitely ask your teacher if it's okay to use a calculator in this situation. I have allowed my students to do it, but that's always up to your teacher. Now that we're here, I multiply 167.67 times 3.14. Once again, much faster on a calculator. And I get my answer, 523.34. So what's my answer? 523.34 cubic inches. Kind of amazing, isn't it? A radius of 5 has 523 cubic inches of volume. Small numbers turning big. All right, so here we go again. I'm going to let you guys use a calculator on this one if you want to. Well, ask your teacher. But if I have a 3-foot diameter, what's my radius? That's your clue. Step one, write formula. What number do you plug in for r? Did you say 1.5? If you cube 1.5, you end up getting 3.38. Do you really? Oh yes, if I round it. All right, and then I end up getting my answer. All right, so how can we use this? Well, if we want to kick it up a notch, what if I had some problems like this? How do I find the volume of this shape? Well, you'd have to take your knowledge of being able to find the volume of a cylinder and take your knowledge of finding the volume of a sphere. So, in this case, I'm only taking the volume of half of a sphere. So, it's called a hemisphere. Step one, find the volume of the entire sphere. Notice my radius is 6. I get 288 pi. Now half of that volume would be 144 pi times 3.14 would get me 452.16. Then find the volume of my cylinder. The base times the height. The base is a circle, so that's pi r squared. Plug in the 6 for the radius and the 20 for the height. 720 pi, which gets me about 2060.8. And so I get my final answer of 2,712.96 inches cubed. All right, let's try this one. What if I had a cone and a cylinder put together? Well, step one, find the volume of the cone. 1/3 pi r squared times h. End up getting 45 pi times 1/3, which gets me 15 pi for my volume. For my cylinder, notice 3 is my radius, 9 is my height. I get 81 pi. So, have you noticed I haven't found what the volumes are by multiplying by pi yet? What if I add these two pi's together? I get 96 pi, and then if I multiply by 3.14, I only have to do it once. So there's going to be a couple of different ways to be able to solve these problems. Don't be afraid to ask your teacher for some help, and I hope what you guys are noticing is nothing here was all that difficult, but there sure was a lot of it. So just make sure that you stay organized. Notice how I'm keeping my cones separated from my cylinder, keeping separated from my total. And that's kind of your skill right now. Can you keep your work separated? All right, good luck everybody. If you got questions, ask your teacher.